Once PayThem 2FA has been installed, you'll see the menu on the left-hand side, and under Settings, let's start with email verification. We can choose the different roles that need to log in with email verification. Let's just use customer in this example. And we can send them an OTP, and we can also send them a login link if we want to, which is a lot more convenient. The validity period is the time in minutes that the OTP and link will be valid. If they do not log in within 5 minutes, that will expire. And here we can change all of the text that the customers see. So perhaps you'd want to use a different language here, or perhaps you wanted to just change the wording. Whatever your requirements, what you change here is what customers will see. We can also customize the email that goes out to customers. So if we look in WooCommerce emails, then we will see a new email being the 2FA email OTP. And here we can change the subject. Also, we can perhaps put in a different language and perhaps a different heading, just so that you can see where those come through. And then we can also put in some custom comments over here if we wanted to. And that just gets saved. So now let's head over to the front and see what the customer sees. So now when a customer decides to register, they're going to start seeing custom messages, like this one over here, which is actually coming directly from this message over here. So if we decided to put that into a different language or change the message in somehow, then we would immediately see that reflecting on the front when the customer refreshes. That message is now being displayed. So let's just log in as a demo customer and register. So now we'll see this message over here which says please log into your account now, which is actually coming from this point here. If the customer then logs in, they'll see this message: a one-time password has been sent to your email. And if we actually look where that's coming from, that's exactly where that's coming from. So let's check the email. So here we can see that the email subject is as per our customization. The heading has been changed the way we customized it. We've got the comments that we put in, and here's the OTP. And for convenience, the customer can also click on the link and link in without entering the OTP. So let's head back to our website here. Let's pop that in. There's the OTP, and now the customer can log in as usual. If we head back to the admin section and we look at the logs, we'll be able to see that this customer was trying to log in, an OTP was sent, and they managed to log in successfully at exactly that time. If we go down to the user records and we look at this particular user, we'll see a record that the email was verified at exactly this time. We can then whitelist this customer so that they do not need to provide an OTP to log in. Alternatively, we can blacklist this customer and they won't be able to log in at all. Okay, so let's look at mobile number verification. You can get your Twilio account SID from your Twilio account, and you can get the authentication token and the mobile number that you use for SMS or text services. You would then enable SMS OTP on the checkout screen. If your number is capable of sending WhatsApp messages, then you can also select the WhatsApp option. And then you can also enable the guest OTP option, which means that non-registered users would see the OTP on the checkout screen. Once again, you can change all of the wording as required. You can change language and etc. and customize as needed. But the most important part that you need to see on this screen is the delays between the SMSs or between the messages. To prevent SMS pumping or message pumping where the customer sends hundreds of OTPs, which costs money, this is a very powerful feature to limit that and control your expenses. So this is the time in seconds between each attempt. So after sending the first OTP, They would wait, say, for argument's sake, 30 seconds, or you could make it shorter if you wish. Once they've sent the second OTP, there'd be a delay before they're allowed to send the third OTP. And generally, the third OTP, you would start looking at a much longer delay because clearly something is wrong. We can also limit the user to a maximum number of attempts in a 24-hour period. And you can decide at which point in time admin should receive an email notifying admin that a customer is abusing the system. So in this case, after 3 attempts, we'd like to receive an email. Another great cost-cutting facility is the validity period, which you can set as long or as short as required. So this is a validity period in days, and it's the number of days that the customer will not be asked to submit an OTP again. So in this case, I've set it to 180 days. So if a registered customer, has done a checkout and successfully verified their mobile number, we will not ask that same customer with that same number to verify their mobile number again for 6 months. And if we click on Save, then we'll see that the Twilio balance is now being returned. So we know that there's money in this account. And we can then check out as a customer to see what it looks like. So let's add an item to cart, proceed to checkout. And this is the section of interest down here. The customers can choose their country code. The advantage is that you are now saving all of the numbers in international format. They enter their mobile number. They can select between WhatsApp if you've enabled WhatsApp or SMS. And when they click on send, they will actually receive that OTP on their mobile phone, which then needs to be entered here before they place their order. If they've done this process once, they will not see it on the next order. Netherlands. OTP message has been sent. And if we enter that OTP, then we'll be able to check out. So if we head back to the dashboard and we look in the logs, we'll actually be able to see the checkout OTPs that were sent, and there was a success when it was recorded. Similar as before, if we take a look at the users, we can see that that is now being recorded, the phone consent, the timestamp, and the method was via SMS, not WhatsApp. And we can either blacklist or whitelist that mobile number. If it's whitelisted, the customers can check out without the OTP. The specific customer can check out without an OTP. Or if it's blacklisted, this customer will not be able to check out. Something else worth mentioning is that if we take a look at the orders, the verifications that have been done are captured and displayed in the order. So there's a new section where you can see what time exactly the email address was verified and exactly what time the mobile number was verified. Finally, let's take a look at the remaining settings. So we can control who has access to the full menu, which can be a shop manager, for example, or perhaps the shop manager only has access to the logs and the user records, but not necessarily to the settings. That can be adjusted as needed. The data storage, this is the number of days that the records should be kept in the logs. 30 days or 60 days is usually sufficient. We also provide a clean uninstall option. When the plugin is uninstalled, it will clear all records and clear all databases. The only menu item remaining is the users, and in the users menu you can filter and search for the different users and see if their emails have been blacklisted or whitelisted, and the same with the mobile numbers. That concludes the 2FA plugin from PayThem.